Gabrielle, Angel D, Lilly here with a little quick thought for the day, which is that if you find yourself wanting to blame someone else for the way you feel, that's a real good indication that you have given your power away to someone, and actually no one else can own your power. So basically you've just given away your power and squandering it, basically. So instead of doing that, when you find yourself wanting to blame someone else for how you feel, like that feeling of, look what you made me do, or look how you made me feel, or yeah, it's usually kind of rooted in the look what you made me do kind of feeling. When you find yourself feeling that way, for one, don't beat yourself up. You're not alone. I am pretty sure most, if not all of us, have felt that way at least some of the time, if not quite frequently. I know I have felt it a good amount of the time, even though I recognized when I was a teenager that it was silly and inappropriate and wrong, or, wrong with regards to how I want to live. It doesn't serve me, but I still feel that way sometimes. And when I do, I find the best thing to remember is that I own myself. I own my feelings. I own my behaviors. And if I find myself feeling upset, jealous, or put down, or unworthy in some way, and I'm wanting to blame that feeling on someone else's actions, or words, or lack of words or actions, that's pretty much always a good indication that I am lying to myself, that I'm out of scope with, out of alignment with my own beliefs, and that I'm not acting in accordance with the way I want to act, and then I'm feeling bad about it, and wanting to disassociate myself from it, and so trying to find someone else to blame. And it's amazing how we humans are really good at blaming other people for our feelings, whether it's our children or our parents or our lovers or our spouses, our friends, or strangers in the street, or people that we're driving by, or the president, politics, whatever it is. We're really good at finding reasons to feel crappy, or to not step up and be our best selves, basically, and try to blame it on somebody else. But the bottom line is, you get to choose how much of your best self you want to be. I get to choose how in alignment with my best self that I am in any given moment. And if I'm choosing to be less than my best self, then it's nobody's fault but mine. And if you're not being your best self, it's nobody's fault but yours. I know that stings sometimes when you know you're not being your best self, and it would feel nice to blame it on somebody else instead of having to own that and say, you know what, I'm just plain not being my best self. The thing about owning that is that you can start to see that it's a choice you have, and it doesn't make you any more your best self to beat yourself up for not doing your best sometimes. All you can do is try to do better, or just accept that some of the time you're not going to be your best self. I don't know a single person who is their best self all the time. So give yourself a break. Realize that sometimes you're going to be your best self, and most of the time you're going to be somewhere between your best self and your worst self. Hopefully you're not your worst self very often, but that's kind of a good indication that you're probably not going to be your best self all the time either. Now, I do think you can practice. You can consciously decide, I want to be my best self as much as possible and my worst self as little as possible. And you can start to make choices that align yourself with the person that you perceive to be your best self, and take you away from the person that you perceive to be your lesser self, by making different choices, by taking, in my case, taking responsibility for my own feelings and blaming other people less, even blaming myself less. I think blame and responsibility are two sides of a coin, or of a feeling, and blame is very disempowering, whether you're blaming someone else or you're blaming yourself. There's no power in that. That's giving your power away, and it's very disempowering. Whereas responsibility, taking responsibility for your own actions, for your own feelings, for your own thoughts, is very empowering, because what you realize is that you have some element of control. You can change your beliefs, you can change your thoughts, you can change your actions. You can do those in any order. Sometimes one direction works better than the other, depending on where your headspace is and what the habit or thought or belief that you're trying to overcome is. That's my lengthy 2 cents for right now. I hope you are living in alignment with your best self and doing what you can to be your best self as much as possible, and to not be your lesser self as much as possible, and not beat yourself up as you do a diverse mixture of all of that. That's my 2 cents for right now. Till next time. Peace, love, and possibilities.